We are inside the observatory where we find the four scientists. Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant, Igor. It has been a month since the airport incident. The three scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor are, as usual, at the observatory, taking astronomical measurements. Banani: hey, do you remember that book of raviolis? We nearly lost our jobs trying to explain it to the other colleagues. Papaia: don't remind me. Unfortunately, we had to stop talking about it, or they would have expelled us from the observatory. Ravioli: there's a lot of money at stake, guys. We had to keep quiet to keep our jobs, but sometimes I wonder if we did the right thing. Banani: by the way, there's the Dark Matter conference this weekend. Did you remember? Papaia: don't worry, Banani. This time I checked everything thoroughly. You can rest assured. Ravioli: have you checked the payments and dates? This time we can't afford any mistakes. Papaia: Ravioli, don't get me worked up as usual. Didn't I just say everything is in order? Trust me, there won't be any surprises. Igor: by saying there won't be any surprises, Papaia has created a paradox. In fact, knowing his usual distraction, if this were to happen, it would be a surprise. We are at the airport. The four scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant, Igor, approach the check-in counter with palpable tension. Papaia is as tense as a violin string. Banani has sweaty hands, and Ravioli can't stop nervously drumming his fingers. Igor watches the scene with a poker face. Assistant: good morning, your passports, please. Papaia, with trembling hands, hands over his passport. His hands are shaking so much that it looks like he's doing that famous Hawaiian dance. Banani has sweaty hands so that the passport has stuck to him. And Ravioli nervously rummages through his pockets, jumping half a meter when he finally finds it. Igor, barely holding back laughter, thinks, as a man of science, I've learned that everything has an explanation. But something here doesn't add up. If Papaia claims to have checked everything thoroughly, then how do we explain his excessive nervousness? Quickly, I need to pull out my phone. They've invented a new group dance. This video is going to go viral. We are at the airport, at the check-in counter. The assistant meticulously checks the passports, then starts typing. His fingers hit the keyboard like bullets from a machine gun. Time seems to have stopped. Papaia has turned purple and is about to faint. Banani has grown a long white beard. And Ravioli, only his skeleton remains. Then, finally, the assistant looks up and smiles. Perfect. You are ready for the flight to Springfield. Everything is in order. You can proceed. Papaia, balancing on one leg, loses his balance for a moment. Banani, unable to control himself for a moment, shout out loud. Ravioli is involuntarily breakdancing. Then the three compose themselves, pretending nothing happened, and look around awkwardly. Papaia is pretending confidence. See? Everything is under control. Igor, according to the principle of cause and effect, I can assert that something, as usual, will go wrong. You see, just as a light bulb doesn't light up if it's not connected to an electrical circuit, a trip organized by Papaia cannot proceed without problems. Have you ever seen a body fall upward? Of course not. So get ready, because once again we're all falling into Papaia's hands. We are on the plane. Papaia and company board the plane and take their seats. The plane takes off, but Banani is getting bored. Banani, how boring. There's nothing to do on this plane. Banani opens the pouch in front of him. Banani, oh, look at this. Someone left a book. Ravioli, what's the title? Banani, let me see. Here it is. The Case of the Uncaused Cause. Papaia, ah, it must be a book on jurisprudence. I suggest you put it back. If you're already bored, you might end up being even more bored. Banani, it so happens that my hobby is jurisprudence. What a lucky coincidence. I'll read it all in one go. Papaia, just don't read it out loud, please. I'd like to enjoy the free meal on this flight before falling asleep. Ravioli, doesn't it seem strange that they offer a full meal for free on a flight that lasts at most half an hour? Papaia, come on, Ravioli. You're looking at the genius of online bookings. Modesty aside, Igor, if we lived in a chaotic and illogical world, reason would not be possible. Yet when Papaia calls himself the genius of online bookings, I start to think that this kind of world exists. We're on the airplane. After a long flight, the 4 scientists are about to arrive at their destination. Banani, it feels so strange when everything goes well. Ravioli, true. I have a weird feeling. Nothing unexpected has happened so far. Papaia, colleagues, relax. In a few hours, we'll be taking notes at the conference. Ravioli suddenly exclaims, my notebook, I forgot it. Banani replies calmly, have you checked your pocket? Ravioli, oops, it was right here. What a scare. Igor, how strange. I had a déjà vu. No one understands the joke. Banani, this book I found doesn't seem to be about law. It looks more like a philosophy book. Ravioli, don't you think we're taking a bit too long to arrive? Papaia, it must be because you're bored. Why don't you take a nap? Ravioli, good idea. I'm actually a bit sleepy. Banani yawns. Banani, this trip is going so well, it's becoming boring. The 3 fall into a deep sleep, losing track of time. Igor, in a world with random gravity, we wouldn't know if this plane would stay in the air or not. Essentially, we couldn't determine its vertical direction. In the world of Papaia's travels, however, we can't predict the horizontal direction of a plane. In fact, in reality, no one can say where the plane is going. We're on the airplane. The plane has just landed, and the captain announces over the speaker, welcome to Springfield, Australia. Papaia, wait a minute. Papaia pulls the conference flyer out of his pocket. Banani, hey Papaia, look here. It says Springfield, Illinois. Ravioli, oh no, I can't believe it. Papaia has made a mistake again. Papaia, how is that possible? I studied the flyer for hours and hours. Banani, how did you confuse the state of Illinois with Australia? That's a colossal mistake. Ravioli, I can't believe it. We were half an hour away from the conference, and now we're on the other side of the world. Igor, imagine a world where things pop up out of nowhere without reason and unpredictably. Are you sure this world doesn't exist? Perhaps you've never traveled with Papaia. But come to think of it, all in all, it could have been worse. With the mistakes of this illustrious astronomer, we could have ended up orbiting in space. We're at Springfield, Australia Airport. The four, having landed at the wrong airport, are looking for a solution. Papaia. Colleagues, there's nothing more to be done. We've missed the conference. Banani. Check the app again. There must be at least one flight. Papaia. There are many flights, but it's impossible to arrive in time. It's too many hours of flying to return. We'll arrive after the conference is already over. Ravioli. I don't know about you, but all this stress has made me hungry. Papaia. Don't even think about it. Last time you made me clone the card with your chocolate cravings. Igor. For sure we know, everything has a cause. While Papaia is the cause of the start of our misadventures, Ravioli, with his nervous hunger, is the cause of the perpetuation of our calamity. It's hard to say which one is more dangerous, but one thing is for sure. Together, they're a guaranteed disaster. We're at the airport. Banani is sighing with the flyer in his hands. Suddenly, he freezes, eyes wide open. Papaia and Ravioli stop their discussion and turn to the scientist. Ravioli. What's wrong, Banani? Are you okay? Banani. Look at this. The flyer. It's stained with white paint. Papaia. I think it's instant cappuccino. But what's the problem? Banani. Look here, Papaia. The stains were covering the numbers. Banani scratches the instant cappuccino stain off the flyer. Banani. Look here, Papaia. Ravioli. Incredible. That 3 has turned into an 8. Papaia. It's not the 23rd, it's the 28th. How did I not notice? I spent hours studying the flyer to avoid mistakes. On the flyer, it now clearly reads, Dark Matter Conference, July 28th, at the Springfield, Illinois Convention Center. Banani. Hey guys, do you know what this means? Ravioli. It means we have 4 more days to get to the conference on time. The 3 cheer, jumping for joy. Igor, yawning. Speaking of light bulbs going off, Banani, with this scratch card based on instant cappuccino, has bought us another 4 days. That's another 96 hours of impending disasters. Let's hope this time we don't end up in Antarctica. We're at the airport. The 4 are sitting despondently at the airport. Ravioli. Please, Papaia, let me use the card. Papaia. Why do I always have to pay? Why don't you use your money? Ravioli. Well, actually, I'm saving up to buy that famous pizza dough mixer from the TV sales. Banani. But the chocolate is cheap. It doesn't make much difference. Ravioli. Ugh, fine. I'll go over there to withdraw some cash. Banani. Wait a minute. Maybe, considering past experiences, it's better if you use the card directly at the vending machine. Meanwhile, in front of them, a guy appears with a basket in his hand. He's a street vendor. Vendor. Good evening, friends. Look at this delicious artisanal chocolate. I have all kinds. Dark, milk, hazelnut with coffee with cherries and more. I also have a special offer which I'm only doing today. Buy 2 and pay for 3. Banani. Excuse me, but you must have misspoken. You meant buy 3 and pay for 2. Vendor. No, I didn't misspeak. It's because I only have 1 package. ravioli. Let me see that. Now I'm really craving it. How much does it cost? Ravioli haggles the price with the vendor. Banani, sorry Ravioli, but if I may offer some advice, it seems to me like the exact same chocolate sold at the vending machine. Ravioli, hypnotized by his appetite. How can I refuse this offer? Banani, it's the same chocolate, but it costs 3 times as much. Too late. Ravioli has already bought the chocolate. Banani, look Ravioli, I'm your friend. Listen to me. Why did you let him take a picture of your card? I advise you to block it immediately, but Ravioli is lost in the world of chocolate. Igor, explanation and cause are practically the same thing, yet I'm not sure if there's one for Ravioli's compulsive obsession with chocolate. This chocolate, for example, is like the money in Ravioli's account. Sweet for a moment, but destined to disappear soon. Just like when the vendor uses his card to drain his account. We're at the airport. Our heroes are searching for a hotel near Springfield, Australia Airport. While waiting, Banani is reading the book he found on the plane. Banani, this book seems very interesting. Have you ever wondered what the cause of the universe is? Papaia. 2 months ago I would have answered, I don't know. Today I cannot rule out a supernatural cause, such as a creator. Ravioli. Please, Banani, don't distract him. We need to find a place to stay for tonight. Banani. Oh yes, sorry about it. Papaia goes back to checking the app on his phone. Ravioli. I'm going to the bathroom for a moment. Banani. Didn't you just go 10 minutes ago? Ravioli walks away, embarrassed. Time passes, and Ravioli takes longer than usual to return. Banani. Where is Ravioli? Could he have gotten lost at the airport? Papaia. Here we go. I found a nice 5-star hotel for us. After all, we deserve it. Now I just need to click here. Ravioli arrives running. Ravioli. Guys, incredible. They're giving out free samples of a new chocolate brand. Ravioli, walking quickly and blinded by excitement, bumps into Papaia just as Papaia is completing the booking. Papaia. Ugh, Ravioli. Can you please watch where you're going? Look, you almost made me click the wrong thing. Ravioli. Oops, sorry. Banani. Ravioli and chocolate make a dangerous combination. Igor. Papaia really believes that tonight he'll be sleeping in a 5-star hotel. With our luck, we'd better print out a resume. At best, they'll hire us as cleaning staff. We are outside the airport. Papaia and company are waiting for a taxi at the stop. Ravioli. Oh no, the taxis are all gone. We'll have to wait for one to come by the stop. Banani continues reading the book with interest. Banani. Did you know that the universe has a beginning? Papaia. Obviously. We study the Big Bang Theory every day. Banani. I mean, even if we didn't have the Big Bang Theory, we could still deduce that the universe has a beginning. Ravioli. Obviously, the laws of thermodynamics are enough to assert that. The taxi arrives. The 4 of them get in and head to the hotel. We are inside the taxi. Papaia. Guys, this hotel app I downloaded is fantastic. The price of that luxury hotel turned out to be surprisingly low. Ravioli. Well done, Papaia. We thought poorly of you, but despite everything, you're still a whiz at online bookings. Banani. I can't wait to sink into one of those super comfortable beds. The astronomers see the hotel in the distance. Papaia. Super Comfort Deluxe. Springfield, Australia Hotel. It's that one. The driver passes by the hotel without stopping. Papaia. Hey, driver, turn back. You missed our hotel. Driver. No, sir. The address you gave me is further ahead. Ravioli. You must have given him the wrong address. Papaia checks the app. Papaia. No, it's true. The address we gave is correct. We are in front of a warehouse. The store is closed. The taxi stops in front of a carpentry shop, unloads the luggage, and leaves. Banani. Wait, driver, don't leave us here in the middle of nowhere. Driver. Sorry, but I have to run. I have another fare booked. Banani. Please, take us with you. Ravioli. Watch out for the suspenders, Banani. Remember what happened last time you tried to run after a taxi? Igor. Damn. That idea about the resume. I should have said it out loud. We are in front of the warehouse. The four of them are not sure what to do this time. Banani. How is this possible? Papaia. The hotel I booked is not the 5-star one. I must have clicked incorrectly. Ravioli. Oops, I made you make a mistake. Ravioli remembers bumping into Papaia while showing off his free chocolate samples to everyone. Banani. Let's go back. The 5-star hotel is a few kilometers from here. We can walk. Ravioli. Hey, I'm hungry. Let's see if we can get a pizza delivered to this address. There's even a bench down there where we can sit. Papaia. Listen, Ravioli. Your uncontrollable hunger has only caused us trouble. Igor. I would consider the bench idea for sleeping on. Papaia. Now you're getting involved too, Igor? No one asked for your opinion. Igor. I apologize, sir. Igor continues his thought. As I said at the beginning, there are 2 laws in the universe we can count on. Order always turns into disorder, and Papaia's trips always turn into disasters. What do you think, Mr. Online Booking Whiz? We are in front of the warehouse. Banani. Hey, there's a label on the intercom. It says Sunflower Hotel. Ravioli. You mean sunflower? Papaia. No, it's sunflower with 2 R's. It's on the app. Thanks to Ravioli, I ended up booking this hotel instead of the 5 stars one. Banani. This hotel is so bad it even has a spelling mistake in its name. Igor. The owner was probably drunk when he decided to open it. Speaking of drunkenness, it's wise to keep Ravioli away from chocolate from now on. Papaia is about to use the intercom. Banani. Are we really sure we want to stay here? We can still walk back to the 5-star hotel. Maybe they have a room for us. Ravioli. I've never seen a hotel with its name written with a pen on an intercom label and taped to it. Banani. The owner could be a homicidal maniac. Have you ever seen the movie Psycho? Igor. According to the laws of thermodynamics, all energy dissipated as heat can no longer perform work. Today, observing these 3, I've come to a shocking realization. Their clumsiness is itself a form of entropy. A growing and unstoppable chaos. With their unpredictable disasters, even Norman Bates might end up slipping on one of Ravioli's chocolates and stabbing himself. We are in front of the Sunflower Hotel. Papaia rings the doorbell. No answer. Papaia rings again. Still nothing. Banani. Maybe it's broken. Ravioli. Maybe there's no one there. The light comes on in the stairs. Someone descends noisily, complaining. After several failed attempts, the door opens. and an elderly man in pajamas appears with an annoyed expression. Porter, oh, is it the right time to knock? You've disturbed me. People are sleeping at this hour. Banani, but it's only 9 p.m. Porter, at 9 p.m. I'm asleep. What do you think this is? A hotel? Papaia, sorry. It must be a mistake. We were looking for the Sunflower Hotel. Porter, well, then you've really made a mistake. This is the Sunflower Hotel, with 2 R's. Papaia, ah, so it's correct. We have a reservation. Porter, there's no reservation. Get out of here. The porter goes back inside, slamming the door shut. Igor, according to science, it seems that the universe, at every moment, is approaching entropic death. Even in our case, it's just a matter of time. In fact, I have a feeling that that bench across the street is becoming, for us, every minute more important. After seeing Papaia's app, the porter is letting them in. Porter, careful. We're passing through my uncle's woodworking shop. Banani, cough, cough. There's sawdust and dust everywhere. Ravioli, watch out for those wooden scraps. Ouch! I just stepped on one. Papaia, where's the lift? Porter, lift? You mean stairs, right in front of you. Banani, yes, but then, what's that lift down there? Porter, don't use it. That's my uncle's. Ravioli, I shouldn't have brought such a heavy suitcase. Porter, wait a moment here. I need to take care of a few things. The porter goes up the stairs and the 4 wait at the entrance. Ravioli, what is he doing? Papaia, surely I won't be the one to ask him. Banani takes advantage of the wait to talk about the book he found. Banani, here says the universe cannot be eternal. Ravioli, if it were, we wouldn't be here. Papaia, we'd be a bunch of atoms evenly scattered in space. The porter has returned. Now you can go up. Hurry up. I want to go back to bed. Igor, this hotel needed not just 2 R's, but 2 options to get to the first floor. We are at the SunflowerR Hotel reception. Having finally reached the top, panting, they approach the reception desk. It's actually a wobbly plywood table. Probably a gift from the downstairs woodworking shop. Porter, here are the keys to your rooms. Don't lose them. If you do, I'll charge you. Papaia, excuse me, a question. What time does breakfast start? Porter, what breakfast? Mine? Ha. There's no breakfast here at the Sunflower Hotel. Ravioli, is there at least a bar nearby where we can go? Porter, this hotel has beds. That's what you need. And don't bring food into your room, got it? Papaia, okay, don't get angry. Ravioli, ugh, and my pizza? Igor, according to Banani's book, the universe has a beginning and an end, which is more than we can say about our troubles. Anyway, before coming in here, Ravioli was afraid of sleeping on the bench outside, in the open air. But now that we're inside, he's starting to discover the benefits of staying on the bench. At least there, he could order his delivery. We are on the hotel stairs. Having taken the key, the new guests of the SunflowerR Hotel prepare themselves psychologically for the opening of their new room. Ravioli, mine is on the 4th floor. I hope. Banani, look, an elevator. Papaia, too good to be true. It says, out of service. The four of them begin to climb the stairs. Banani takes advantage of the wait to talk about the book he found. Banani, how funny. For years, we searched for the cause of the universe in the singularity. This book clearly shows how the universe needs a cause that is not the universe itself. Ravioli. Our colleagues think the universe started to exist by chance and without reason. Banani. That's the interesting thing. Nothing comes from nothing. Nothing is the absence of anything. We need something to start space, time, matter, and energy. Papaia. I don't know how you keep reasoning while climbing all these stairs. With all this effort, I can't even remember my own name. Ravioli suddenly stops. Ravioli. Listen! There are strange noises coming from the duct. Banani. Let me listen. It's true, like loud banging. Porter. It must be because the elevator is broken. Papaia. Strange! The porter is visibly irritated. Porter. I said it's perfectly normal. Don't you believe me? Papaia. Scared. No, no. Surely you're an expert on this. Ravioli. Whispering. Why did he follow us? Papaia. Whispering. Better not ask him. Banani. Come on, guys. No more questions. Let's get our luggage up the stairs. Ravioli. Ugh. My pizza is now a daydream. Igor. Speaking of Norman Bates, those bangs seem as normal as the porter. Tonight, I think, just to be safe, I'll skip the shower. We are on the hotel stairs. They are still climbing the stairs, and Banani is still talking about the book he found. Banani. The book says that the cause of the universe must be external to it. Ravioli. It makes sense. We cannot explain the universe with itself. It would be like explaining logic with logic. Banani. The book provides an even more intuitive example, that of an author who is external to his book. Papaia. Obviously, the author creates the book, just as the creator creates the universe. That makes sense. Banani's room is on the 10th floor. Banani. I didn't think such a shabby hotel could have so many floors. Ravioli. The main problem is that each floor has only one room. Papaia. Here I am on the 3rd floor. Igor, my suitcases go here. They've had poor Igor carry some of their suitcases. Igor. Gentlemen, I hope that by the end of the month you'll remember this extra work. Papaia. Don't worry, Igor. You can note it in your notebook. Igor. If I do another couple of flights for me, there might not be a new end of the month. We are on the hotel stairs. Banani, all sweaty and out of breath, has reached the 10th floor. Banani. Thanks, Igor. You can leave my suitcases here. By the way, which floor is your room on? Igor. On the 1st floor, sir. I wish you a good night. Igor chuckles sarcastically as he heads down the numerous flights of stairs. We are in Banani's room. Banani. Ah, what infernal heat. I can't wait to take a cold shower. Banani opens the door. In an instant, a blast of heat almost knocks him to the floor. Banani. This room is worse than a sauna. The humidity is so high that 100% isn't enough to measure it. After finding that the window only opens partially through a small gap and that the air conditioning isn't working, Banani gives up, sitting on the bed and continuing to read the book. Banani. It won't be easy to fall asleep in this heat. Maybe a bit of reading will help. Banani reads and reflects. Some time ago, someone proposed that the beginning of the universe could have been caused by a quantum fluctuation. The problem with this is that without time, space, matter, or energy, excluding the existence of God, we would have nothing. But a quantum fluctuation is not nothing. It is something. I remember that even other scientists laughed after the same inventor of this idea had to admit it. Banani uses the room phone to call Igor's room. Igor. Hello. Banani. Igor. Does your air conditioning work? Igor. Unfortunately not, sir. Banani. Ah, okay. I thought you had managed to turn it on. All right. That was all. Good night. Igor. Good night, sir. Igor hangs up the phone. Igor. The great Banani is capable of using a particle accelerator, but doesn't know how to turn on a common air conditioner? I don't want to offend him, telling him that I've already turned mine on. I wonder if the professor has ever considered picking up the remote and pressing the on button. We are in Banani's room. Banani continues reading. Banani. Here it says that the cause of the universe, being external to it, must be timeless and immaterial. This makes sense because the cause must exist even without the existence of time and matter. Wow. We've come this far just by reasoning? The heat is unbearable, and Banani cannot fall asleep for any reason. So he decides to take a shower. He goes into the bathroom and turns on the light. Banani. But where is the shower? Banani meticulously inspects the small space designated for the bathroom. Banani. It seems that there's no shower. I have an idea. I can use the sink to cool off. He turns on the faucet, but no water comes out. Banani. Oh no. There's no running water in this room either. What now? How will I cool off? Wait a moment. I have a bottle of mineral water with me. Banani pours the contents of the bottle over himself. Banani. Oh, this is better than nothing. But now I'm thirsty. Banani grabs the phone and calls the porter. Porter, how dare you disturb me again? I hope it's something really important. Banani quickly hangs up and runs to lock the door. Then he stops for a moment to listen. Banani. What a fright. I thought he would come here to argue with me. With his ears carefully attuned, Banani hears a noise from outside. Banani. Ah, thank goodness it's raining outside. Banani executes his survival strategy and sticks the empty bottle just used for the shower out of the narrow window opening. Then he calls Igor to tell him everything. Igor. Very interesting, Banani, but now I suggest you sleep on it. Igor hangs up the phone. Igor. Banani, going to the conference, dreamed of feeling like he was in Star Trek. Instead, he ended up taking a shower with mineral water. I still think that, like all of us, he ended up on the wrong set. Instead of exploring new worlds, he's exploring new ways to suffer. We are in Papaya's room. In the middle of the night, the phone in Papaya's room rings. Papaia. Hello, who is it? Banani. Help! This is Banani. My arm is trapped outside the window. Papaia. How did you end up like this? Banani. It's a long story. Please come and help me. I've been trapped here for 2 hours. We are in Banani's room. Papaia climbs the many flights of stairs and knocks on the door. Banani, I'm here. Open the door. Banani. How can I? Didn't I tell you I'm trapped? Papaia. Oops, that's right. And now, What do we do? Papaia thinks for a moment. Wait there, don't move. I'll go call the porter. Banani. Oh no, that's a terrible idea. Papaia. True, better not wake him up. Let me think. Okay, we'll wait until tomorrow morning. Banani. Well, and what about me? My arm hurts, I can't feel it anymore. Papaia. Stay put. I'm going to break down the door. Banani. No! Wait, what are you doing? Papaia takes a run up and throws himself with all his weight against the door. In doing so, he trips over a poorly placed piece of carpet and bangs his head hard against the door, losing consciousness. Hearing the noise, Ravioli appears in the hallway. What happened? Banani. I'm trapped with my arm in the window. Ravioli. Calm down, Banani. I'm coming into the room. Ravioli inserts the key to his room and opens Banani's door. Banani. How did you do that? Ravioli. You see, Banani, the Sunflower Hotel is so low quality that to save money they've put the same locks on all the room doors. I realized this when I entered the wrong room. Banani. How did you know it was the wrong room if the key you had worked? Ravioli. An occupant inside was in his underwear and told me. Ravioli manages to help Banani pull his arm out of the window. Papaia regains consciousness and sits on the bed for a moment. Banani seizes the opportunity to talk about the book he found. Banani, if the cause of the universe was able to create so much complexity, it must also have an intelligent mind with immense power. That's why we can say it's personal. Papaia. Please, Banani, I just banged my head. If you start talking like this for no reason, I might think I'm having auditory hallucinations. Igor has also arrived in the hallway. Igor. On one hand, these three clumsy individuals manage to surprise us with new and unpredictable troubles. On the other hand, the Sunflower Hotel never fails to amaze with the inadequacy of its services. Who will win this battle of disasters? We are in Banani's room. The colleagues bid farewell to Banani, and each returns to their room. Ravioli. After all those stairs I climbed tonight, I might as well cancel my annual gym membership. Igor. Maybe a couple of chocolate bars could help you regain your energy. Ravioli. Great idea, Igor. I have a couple in my room in my suitcase. Igor. Actually, that was a sarcastic remark. Banani, meanwhile, has gone back to bed. Thirsty and exhausted from the intense heat, he can't close his eyes. Thinking and rethinking about the book, he starts reading it again. Banani. So, besides being immaterial, timeless, immensely powerful, and personal, the cause itself does not need a cause to start existing. This is correct, since the cause, being timeless, does not have a beginning in time, and does not begin to exist, but rather exists as the starting point of everything else. Banani scratches his head. Banani. This is a bit hard to digest, but it makes perfect sense. The heat is now unbearable. Banani continues to stare at the turned-off air conditioner attached to the wall. Banani. Ah, if only I could figure out how to turn on that air conditioner. We are in Ravioli's room. Meanwhile, Ravioli has finally fallen asleep, but his well-deserved rest is interrupted by a sudden noise. It's Banani bursting into the room, completely frozen and covered in black soot. Ravioli. Oh, Banani. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Banani is speaking in an exaggeratedly loud voice. Banani, I finally figured out how to turn on the air conditioner. Look, I'll show you. Ravioli, no, stop. Banani turns on the air conditioner, which bursts into an explosion of black soot. Ravioli, turn off that thing. I'm freezing. Banani, well, I forgot a small detail. Once it's on, there's no way to turn it off. Ravioli, well, look at that, Banani. I had just managed to fall asleep. Now, thanks to your brilliant idea, I'll spend the night coughing and freezing. We are in Igor's room. Igor, meditating in his room, is unaware of what's happening. Igor, from my experience, the environment is too quiet. They are surely about to blow up the hotel. We are in Ravioli's room. Both Banani's and Ravioli's rooms are uninhabitable. Ravioli, look at the mess you made in my room. Now it's frozen and full of dust. How am I supposed to sleep in here? Banani, ugh, my room has also become uninhabitable. I was hoping that at least we could turn on the air conditioning in yours. Ravioli, and you decided to use me as a guinea pig for your experiments? Banani, I thought you were hot too. Ravioli, well, if you had at least knocked before entering with your key, I would have told you I was sleeping comfortably. Banani, how were you going to tell me if you were asleep? Ravioli, never mind. I have an idea. Let's all go to Papaya's room. Banani, what a great idea. Papaia will surely be happy to share his room with us. Maybe the air conditioning works well there. Ravioli, oh no. This time you'll have to keep your curiosity to yourself, Banani. We are in Papaya's room. Meanwhile, Papaia is sleeping deeply, dreaming of being Captain Kirk. The two of them, having entered the room, call out to him, but Papaia, deeply asleep, does not wake up. Ravioli decides to brush his teeth before going to bed. Ravioli, oh no, I left my toothpaste in my room. I'll use Papaya's. Ravioli uses Papaya's toothpaste. Ravioli, look, Banani, Papaya's toothpaste is finished. But I think if I squeeze it well, I can get one last dose. Banani, maybe it would be better to leave it for Papaia. Ravioli, I'm sure Papaia has a new tube in his suitcase. You know what, I'll use it. Banani, searching through Papaya's suitcase. I don't think so, Ravioli. I just opened it to look for a pair of socks. Apparently, Papaia is a minimalist. The ones I borrowed were also the only pair he had. Ravioli, I don't think Papaia will mind if I eat these delicious cookies hidden in his laptop case. Banani, hey, Ravioli, think about it. You just brushed your teeth. Ravioli, that's true, but the damage is done. I'll have to use his mouthwash. There's only one last drop left. Don't you find it strange that someone travels with a small bottle of mouthwash in the secret pocket of their coat? Banani, I find it strange that Papaia brought a coat in this season. Ravioli, how's that book you're reading? Banani, actually it's not mine. It belongs to someone who lost it. Anyway, I'm getting towards the end where we understand that the cause of the universe is immaterial timeless, personal, and without another cause. Basically, it's what we commonly refer to as God. Ravioli. So, does God really exist? Banani. If this reasoning is correct, the answer is yes. Ravioli. What do you think, Banani? Do you think we'll still be sleeping in this hotel tomorrow? Banani. This isn't a hotel. It's a dump. We are in Papaya's room. Ravioli and Banani, after perhaps taking advantage a bit too much of Papaya's deep sleep, feel tired. Banani, I don't know about you, but I'm finally starting to feel sleepy. Ravioli, with everything that's happened, it's gotten very late. Certainly we can't go back to those dusty, icy rooms. Banani, you said it. You know what? I'd rather sleep here, on the floor, in Papaya's room. Having said that, the two lie down on the hard floor. Banani, luckily I have my book here. Do you know what it says? According to the author, it's more logical to think of a universe that is born already perfectly formed and then evolves toward disorder. Ravioli. Actually, the Big Bang would represent an exception to thermodynamics. Banani. That's why they had to think about dark matter, but even so, it's like thinking of an ice cube freezing a room. Ravioli. Yeah, very, very unlikely. What do you think, Banani? But Banani is already snoring loudly. Exhausted, Ravioli also closes his eyes and quickly falls asleep. We are in Papaya's room. Suddenly, a loud noise wakes them all up. It's the porter shouting. Porter, what are you still doing here? It's 6 o'clock. You need to vacate the room. The three of them startle in fright. Papaia. Hey, what's going on? Papaia sees Banani and Ravioli on the floor. Papaia. And what are you doing here? Porter. Are you deaf? I said you have to clear the room. Papaia. But checkout isn't for another 6 hours. Porter. Does this look like a 5-star hotel to you? Didn't you read the sign? It's 6 o'clock and you need to get out. Ravioli. Hey, Papaia. It seems the porter is right. I found a note on the nightstand. Banani. Let me see. What does it say? It's handwritten. Vacate the room by 6. Papaia. Yes, but the grammatical errors? Porter. Hey, kid. Don't think you can fool me with these scientific terms. Do you see this baseball bat? If you don't clear out immediately, you'll find out what it tastes like, too. The four of them flee, while the porter throws Papaya's suitcases down the stairs, along with all his personal belongings. We are in space. Suddenly, the four of them find themselves in deep space, near a large piece of equipment that looks like a telescope. Banani. Look, Ravioli! That's the Hubble Space Telescope. It was built to test the evolution of the universe. Yet when they looked, they saw perfectly formed galaxies. Ravioli. Hey, Banani, there's something that doesn't add up here. How did we end up in space? Igor. There's an even more important question you should be asking, sir. How are we breathing here in space without oxygen? We are in Papaya's room. Ravioli wakes up with a start, heart racing, sweating, and out of breath from the intense, humid heat. Lying on the floor, he looks around. The room's climate is comparable to that of a rainforest. He looks around with a sore back. Papaia and Banani are sleeping deeply, snoring loudly. Ravioli. I just had a nightmare with the furious porter chasing us with a baseball bat. Then I woke up and now I'm forced to listen to this disgusting racket. I'd better go back to sleep. Maybe I'll wake up from this nightmare, which is worse than the first one. We are on the hotel stairs. The three scientists are finally ready to leave. Ravioli. Ah, what a night. Banani. Friends, I've just finished the book. To sum up, we can say that everything that has a beginning also has a cause. And since the universe has a beginning, it too must have a cause. The only thing capable of causing the universe is God. Ravioli. So, what do you think? Do you believe it? Banani. The reasoning seems correct to me. Papaia. That's not an answer to the question. The three head toward the door of their room, with their luggage in hand, and looking like they've just fought a battle. Banani, stepping onto the landing. Hey! Those strange noises coming from the elevator are gone. Papaia. Maybe they fixed it. Let's try calling it. Pressing the button, everyone holds their breath. After a moment of waiting, they hear the metallic noises of the elevator starting to move. Banani, with a triumphant smile. I can't believe it. It's really working. Ravioli, with one hand still on the suitcase, watches in disbelief as the elevator arrives slowly. Ravioli. Well, at least something went right. Igor, this is concerning. From my travels with Papaia, I've learned that the real problem is when there isn't even a problem. Things are getting so bad that we can't even imagine how. We are in the elevator. Igor is loading their luggage into the elevator. The four are almost ready to go down. Banani takes the opportunity to talk about the book he found. Banani. Look, I didn't realize the book has an appendix. It talks about the intelligent design of the universe. Papaia. What evolutionists call apparent intelligent design. For them, a real puzzle. Banani. Think about DNA. How did we all this time believe that such a complex code could be the result of a random and blind process? Ravioli. Probably we were the blind ones. Here we go, ready to go down. I pressed the 0 button. Banani. They could have at least written reception on it. Igor. Probably, after using the label for the main sign, they didn't have any more available. The elevator door closes, but the elevator doesn't move. Papaia. Hey, Ravioli, did you press it correctly? Ravioli. Yes. Look, I pressed it, but nothing's happening. Banani. Did you press the wrong button, like the one for the first floor, for example? Ravioli. Come and press it yourself to see. Papaia. Maybe they didn't fix it properly. Better press the button to open the doors and use the stairs. Banani. There are no other buttons besides the floor numbers. Ravioli. Panicking. Oh no, we're stuck in the elevator. We're going to die in here. Papaia. Don't panic. When they see the elevator isn't moving, they'll call technical support. We're at the reception. Meanwhile, the porter sees the out-of-service sign fallen on the floor, stops to pick it up, and puts it back in place. Porter. This sign saves the hotel a lot of money. Just think of how much electricity is saved when all the guests use the stairs. Ha ha. But now it's coffee break time. The porter leaves and goes to the bar for a couple of hours. We are in the elevator. Several hours have passed with no signs from the outside. The three scientists are focused on discussing the book found by Banani. Papaia. Speaking of DNA and cells, I heard that a group of computer scientists is trying to create an operating system based on the functioning of the cell. Ravioli. I've heard about that too. If we think that creating an operating system requires a team of expert programmers, we realize that it's not possible for a system, even more complicated like a cell, to be the result of chance. Banani. When I was little, I locked my cat in a box with my Commodore 64 running to see if the cat would create a video game for me. Igor. So, Banani, you were showing signs of mental instability from a young age. If he's like this today, the parents are to blame. They should have noticed and had him treated. Banani, is it possible that no one has contacted us? Ravioli. And what if no one knows? Papaia. We've been shouting and banging on the walls for hours. Banani. Remember those strange noises we heard? Ravioli. Now that I think about it, we didn't pay much attention, but they could have been other guests trapped in this elevator. Papaia. Seeing the sign that said, out of service, we didn't pay attention to the rest. Banani. That means, Ravioli, that no one is coming to get us out of here. Papaia. But then, what happened to those who were trapped here before us? Banani. That's true. They must have rescued them this morning. Ravioli. Maybe they rescued them. Or maybe... Banani. Or maybe what? Ravioli. Friends, that porter is a strange guy. Last night, I had a nightmare about him. Banani. Are you saying he might be a psychopath? Ravioli. Maybe he'll kill us all. Just like he did with those before us. Papaia. Come on. Panic is making you exaggerate. Banani. Maybe it's true, but I don't want to wait to find out. Ravioli. You said it, Banani. We need to do something to get out of here. Igor. In my opinion, this could be a trap to sell our organs on the black market. In that case, the porter would have made a terrible deal. I don't know how much they're worth, but definitely less than the damage these three will cause to the hotel trying to get out. We are in the elevator. Time passes. But the four distinguished scientists are still trapped in the elevator. The discussion about DNA continues between Papaia and Banani, while Ravioli seems to have become more impatient. Papaia, I understand what you're saying. If DNA is comparable to a program and must be the work of an intelligent mind, then who wrote this program? Banani, exactly. The author of intelligent design must be God. Otherwise, we can't explain where the so-called code of life comes from. Ravioli, in a panic. How can you stay so calm? I can't take it anymore. I need to get out of here. Ravioli starts shouting for help and banging forcefully on the elevator walls. We are at the reception. The porter returns to work. Passing near the elevator door, he hears noises and puts his ear against the door. Porter. I knew it. Those four idiots are stuck inside. They must have broken the elevator by pressing the wrong button. The porter calls the elevator technician. Technician, I can come in half an hour, but I will have to apply an emergency fee. Porter, oh no, that fee is too high. When can you come otherwise? Technician, I have a couple of maintenance jobs this morning and this afternoon. I can only come this evening at dinner time. Porter, deal. I'll be expecting you. The porter's uncle overhears the call. Porter's uncle. My nephew is so stingy that you could say that at the SunflowerR Hotel, the only extra is the R in the name. We are in the elevator. The 4 scientists are sitting on the floor, exhausted and frustrated. Banani. In the universe, then, we observe intelligent design, the work of an intelligent mind. And this mind is that of God. This argument in the book is called teleological or intelligent design. Ravioli. Thanks for the philosophy lesson, Banani. But now I'd like to get out of here. Banani, with a determined look, stands up and heads towards the elevator door. Banani, I have a plan. It might seem complicated, but we need to try. Papaia, whatever it is, we need to get out of here. Banani, position yourselves in front of the door. Ravioli, let's go. Banani, so the plan is based on quantum relativity theory applied to elevator locking systems. Our idea is to alter the electromagnetic field of the door with a modulation of precise frequencies using quantum field superposition to deactivate the locking mechanisms. Igor, yes, but practically what should we do? Banani, push! The 4 scientists begin to push with all their strength. While the 3 are straining and sweating, Banani is focused on the complicated plan he has explained. Banani, I don't see any changes. This plan seems to be failing. Papaia, maybe you should push too. Banani, brilliant, Papaia. How did I not think of that? Banani starts pushing with the others, but the result does not change. After many attempts, they lose their strength and give up. Igor, I also remember something from physics lessons, and I can confirm that according to quantum string theory, in the electrostatic vacuum, we're doomed. We are at the reception. It is 8 p.m., and the elevator technician has arrived at the Sunflower Hotel. The technician opens the electrical control panel. The porter, watching the work. Please hurry up. I don't want to pay for an extra hour. Technician. Actually, I'm already done. The elevator isn't broken. It works perfectly. Porter. Then how did the 4 scientists get stuck inside? We are in the elevator. Meanwhile, the 4 scientists sitting on the elevator floor try to pass the time discussing the existence of God. Papaia. You know, I must confess that after Ravioli's book on the resurrection, I started reading Paul's letters. Ravioli. Interesting. I wish I had the same patience. Papaia. Actually, it's not boring at all. You just need to focus and reflect well on the words. Anyway, Paul himself uses a similar argument right at the beginning of the letter to the Romans. According to him, we all know that God exists because we see his works in creation every day. Only some suppress this truth because it is uncomfortable for them. Banani. I agree with you, Papaia, but now it feels like I'm in church during the sermon. Suddenly, Banani jumps up. Banani, excited. Guys, I've got an idea. Papaia, we've already tried everything. What do you have in mind? Banani, who says we have to go down to the reception? Ravioli, and what else can we do? Banani, we can go to the first floor and use the stairs. Papaia, if the elevator is broken, it can't go to any other floor. We don't even know if the door will open. Ravioli, Banani is right. We have to try. Banani, colleagues, cross your fingers. Banani presses the button. 1. The elevator starts descending. Then the door opens at the reception. In front of them are the porter and the technician. Papaia. It can't be! Banani. So, button 1 is the reception, Ravioli. Impossible. The reception is always 0. Porter. Oh no. What are you thinking? Didn't I tell you last night that the ground floor is reserved for the carpentry? Papaia. Oops, we forgot. Technician. So, you spent the whole day stuck in the elevator, pressing the wrong button? Porter. Why didn't you try pressing the other buttons as well? Banani. Oops, it was so simple. How did we not think of it? Igor. These illustrious minds, capable of solving mathematical mysteries but getting stuck in a working elevator. What we've just discovered is the brain in energy-saving mode theorem. Porter's uncle. Nephew, why don't you hire them as consultants? I see that you're all on the same wavelength. They might be useful in coming up with brilliant ideas like having identical locks for room doors. We are inside a bus. Papaia and the others, after a few days of disasters, are arriving at the conference. Ravioli, you had a good idea this time, Papaia, to take the bus so we don't risk making a mistake. Papaia, if only that taxi driver at the airport hadn't run off without giving us the change. Banani. Guys, I was thinking about Papaia's sermon yesterday. Papaia. Hey, it wasn't a sermon. It was a reflection. Ravioli. Thinking about it, Papaia. You'd fit well in the pulpit. Papaia. Oh, Ravioli. Stop teasing me. I'm a scientist, not a pastor. Ravioli. Sorry, Reverend Papaia. Banani. Stop interrupting me, Ravioli. I was saying that Paul's words, which Papaia quoted, made me think. What if it's true that we're lying to ourselves? Ravioli. Then it would just be a matter of opening our eyes. Papaia. Speaking of opening our eyes, here we are at the Springfield, Illinois Conference Center. This time, we're on time and at the right address. We are at the entrance of the conference center. They show their tickets and enter the building. Banani, isn't it amazing? We made it, and we still have an hour to relax before the conference starts. Ravioli, look over there. There are the restrooms. Since there's time, I'll go there for a moment. We are in front of the conference center restrooms. As Ravioli heads to the facilities, he encounters a plumber at work. Plumber. Excuse me, sir. The restrooms are out of order. There are others on the first floor. Ravioli is speaking quietly. Ravioli, whispering. Ugh, it's so far. Plumber. Sorry, can you repeat? I didn't hear. Ravioli. I said please, it's an emergency. Plumber. Look, it won't take long. I'll finish in 5 minutes. Ravioli. Please, I have incontinence. Plumber. Fine. Use the staff restroom, but make sure not to flush. It's very important to remember this. I repeat, do not flush under any circumstances. Ravioli. Ugh, it's so unpleasant to leave the restroom dirty. But okay, deal. Ravioli then uses the staff restroom. As he finishes, he thinks about the conference. Ravioli. I still can't believe it. We've arrived at the famous Dark Matter Conference. This year's keynote speaker will be Bart Blue Jeans. He'll talk about his famous quantum nothing theory. Ravioli, still lost in his thoughts, finishes his business and, as usual, flushes the toilet. Immediately, strange noises of broken pipes are heard. Water begins to spout from several points on the restroom walls. Embarrassed, Ravioli exits the restrooms as quickly as possible without being noticed by the plumber, who is focused on tightening a pipe with a wrench. Ravioli. Today, I discovered that there are different types of plumbing emergencies in restrooms. We are in the main hall of the conference center. It's almost time to sit in the main hall, where the guest of honor, Professor Bart Bluejeans, is about to open the annual Dark Matter Conference. Banani, I can't get that book out of my head. Ravioli, you don't have any book in your head. You can relax. Banani, tell me something, Ravioli. Are you here, or are you just messing with me? Papaia, were you thinking about the book? Banani, it's incredible how a simple line of reasoning can open our eyes and reveal such an important answer. Papaia, guys, the conference is starting. Let's hurry and find our seats. The conference is about to begin. Banani, I'll be right there. Ravioli, hey, wait. Let me take one last bite of this delicious calzone. Igor, gentlemen, follow me. I've already found the seats with our names. The four sit down excitedly and with great expectations. Ravioli, how strange, my feet are wet. Banani, look on the floor. It's all wet. Papaia, water is also dripping from the ceiling. A voice begins to speak from the loudspeaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. Due to a serious plumbing issue, we are forced to close the building to the public. The conference is postponed to a later date. Please evacuate the building immediately. I repeat, calmly proceed to the emergency exits. Remaining in the building is dangerous. Banani. Oh no! They've canceled the conference. Papaia. I can't believe it. After all the effort we put in to get here, how is that possible? Ravioli. Oops. I flooded the conference center. Ravioli briefly explains the plumber story to Papaia. Papaia. You mean the conference is postponed because of your stupid little accident? Ravioli. See, I knew you'd be angry. I shouldn't have told you. Banani. Why didn't you use the bathroom upstairs? Ravioli. After the experience at the Sunflower Hotel, I can't even climb half a step anymore. Banani. But Ravioli, didn't you see the escalators? Ravioli. Oops, that's true. Look over there. If I had paid more attention, none of this would have happened. Igor. If Ravioli had managed to hold it until the first floor bathroom, none of this would have happened. Nevertheless, if he had kept his mouth shut, no one would have ever known that the flooding was his fault. But since now his friends are furious with him, we can conclude that there are things Ravioli just can't hold back. We are inside an airplane. Papaia and the others are seated on the plane heading home, discussing what happened. Papaia. This time, Ravioli, you really messed up at the conference. Ravioli. You didn't understand correctly. It was just number 1, not number 2. Banani. You're the one who doesn't understand. Ravioli. Thanks to your distraction, the conference center no longer exists. Ravioli. Hey, there's no need to keep reminding me. I've learned my lesson. Next time, I'll listen to a plumber when he tells me not to flush. Papaia. On top of that, they've postponed the conference to next month. Banani. At least the good news is that until next month, we won't have to travel anymore. Igor, the summary of this wasted trip can be summed up with the term loss. The loss of time and money with the wrong flight. The loss of the conference because of ravioli. The plumbing loss at the conference center. And last but not least, the most embarrassing loss. The one due to ravioli's incontinence. Suddenly the captain announces over the intercom. Captain, we have just landed at Perth Airport, Australia. Banani. Oh no, Papaia. You made a mistake again. It was Perth in Scotland. We're back in Australia. Papaia. You know what? Why don't we move here? I think Australia is calling us.